time, whatever it is. But I think something that Mikel Arteta did in the match that was definitely noticed by people online was the fact that at 70, 80 minutes into the match, we sub out one of our attackers. We sub out Trossard. And who do we bring on instead for him? Kieran Tierney. So we take out our forward, our left-sided winger, I think, or he may have, he was our left-sided winger for most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we put, not like we put Kieran Tierney up front, but it was one of these look, we don't have anybody else
forward anyway.
We don't have anybody else.
It's almost as if someone's like working the phones. It's like, all right, we've got Tierney going to Celtic, and this is what's going to happen, and and wait a minute, Trossard doesn't want to sign his extension. All right, Trossard, you're off. We're gonna ship you out. Tierney, you're back in. You're in the good graces of the Arteta.
Yeah. I don't know.
Where'd you go?
I don't think Kieran Tierney is necessarily back in the plans, back in the squad fully like that. But I think he's definitely a help to us, the way that he plays. But I thought it was Mikel Arteta saying like, hey, we need somebody. If my only options here are to bring on Kieran Tierney for our attacker that scored the goal, then we need some help. We need to sign somebody.
So you think that's window dressing and to encourage ownership to like open up the wallet?
Yeah. I think it was this one right here. If bringing on a left back as a forward who is going to the Scottish League in the next 2 weeks in the North London derby in front of your owner isn't a cry for help from Arteta, then I don't know what is. Yeah. So and trying to boost up his value as well. So
yeah, I don't know. But that is pretty funny, and that's exactly what I'm sure that's exactly what it is. Anthony is screaming for Gary, so this must be is this an Arsenal swap? You got Anthony for Gary coming in. We'll get the card.
Another thing, just right before we bring on some of our guests, another big thing in the news today was Erling Haaland signing a 9-year, 8.5-year, $500,000 per week. The dude, what is that? 25 million times 9. The dude's looking at 250,000. 250 million.
It's maths. Maths are hard. Which I can't even say, so I'm just going to say it the American way, math.
Like 200 something. So the interesting thing is there was they put out a graphic to show the people with the longest contracts.
Can I back up here a little bit, because it's not only is it 9.5 years, but it has no buyout clause. There's no clause. There's no early out. And in fact, I think it has an extra team option or something.
So I don't want to hear this nonsense when everybody says like, "Oh, look what Arsenal has spent. City barely spent anything because they got him for such a low transfer fee, but they're paying this dude 26 million a year guaranteed, with no buyout clause. Like he only leaves if he wants to." It's insane. But I just want to show you this list, Mark, and I just want to see what stands out. This is incredible. Until 2034, he's currently on the longest contract. And here's page 2 of this. Is there anything odd that stands out here?
Well, I think we know that Chelsea likes to sign. That's part of their financial plan, or the art of Chelsea doing business is that a lot of these players are signed for like a crazy amount of years, much like Holland is, to kind of spread things out. And so it's not surprising, but there are some names that I'm like, who?
Yeah, who are these people? But
Like,
I mean,
I'm
in
looking.
this,
It's like
in this,
I'm sure somebody else knows, but
who
I mean,
Aaron
I know
Ramsey
Renato Viega. It was just like he was just a brand new transfer. But if you go to the second page of that, no, there we go, the second page, and we'll go two below. Lewis Potter, Benoit Badiashile.
Badiashile actually plays for them.
I must not watch enough Chelsea to know.
Badiashile
But
actually plays for them a bit when he's healthy. But I mean,
right.
what's
Mark,
crazy is there's
Mark, do you watch any Chelsea?
yes, I do.
Well, that's way too much.
There's in my mind, and this, Director John, is that there's never enough football.
Who the fuck is
football.
Flip Jorgensen? Flip Jorgensen sounds like the bad guy from a 90s teen film. Yeah. It's tough at this new school. Just don't mess with Flip. Who's Flip? Flip Jorgensen. You don't know Flip Jorgensen? His dad's got a
You don't know. You will know.
Yeah. Who the fuck is Flip Jorgensen? He's on Chelsea until 2031. Who the fuck is that guy? He's on the debate team. Oh, get him out of here. Insane. 15 of the 20 longest contracts in the Premier League are Chelsea players. And you tell me that they're also in the market for tells. That's insane. Mark, let's bring in some of our co-hosts here, our guests. Sorry, you're the co-host, not to demean your position. Let's bring on some of our guests here because we got Gary waiting in the wings. He's dying to talk about Tottenham. He loves talking about Tottenham.
Who dat?
And sorry, I'm gonna have to pop you back on there. Hi, Gary.
Hello.
Can you guys see Gary?
I can see Gary.
You guys.
I don't know if Gary can see. Like,
can you guys not hear me?
Oh, we can hear you all right.
Gary,
I can see you.
You're perfect. I see everything.
Yeah.
Except on my computer, of course. So I don't see.
You got one of those kind of computers. I know what kind of computer you got.
He's watching 6 different flavors of porn.
Whoa. See, I didn't say it, but
I said it. I'm
just saying. I don't understand why. I thought we were brothers.
Off. I like to run this on my OnlyFans at the same time.
Can you hear him at least?
No, when he talks, right I hear.
Can everybody else hear me?
Yes, Gary, I can hear you.
Okay. Yep. All right. So you guys talk to Gary. I'll be right back as I restart my freaking thing again. This is awesome.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Unless I'm just sitting here with a black box. I have a black
All
screen.
right, we'll get it. You didn't have to say it like that.
Get her done, son.
So you can even hear it say any of that stuff.
If you're new to the conversation, Gary, we were talking about the North London Derby. We were talking about. Hey, there he is again. He's back.
Can you see everybody?
That was a quick restart.
Can you see us? Hello, McFly, Bueller?
Nah, I don't know where he is. But anyway, so how about your 2 cents on the North London Derby? A very good result, very satisfying result, and very reminiscent of the last 10 years in at Arsenal.
Yes, the result is great. We'll take the result any day. I always go by performance. The performance was consistent with what we've been doing pretty much all season. That's not a good thing. We put ourselves in positions to run away from teams in games, but can't do it right now. So we're able to get the win, so we're going to take that. So that's kind of if I'm going to be the negative fan, if you want to call it that. But we got to still work on finishing our dinner. All right, we still
Right.
don't know how to do that. So we probably did nothing different than we did in the Manchester United Cup match in terms of putting ourselves in position to score. This time we were able to get the score on a set piece, which kind of opened up the door a little bit, and then Trossard basically, was able to get a nice strike on a ball and a little bit of luck, which I guess we haven't been getting lucky, but everybody else seems to be getting lucky, right? I mean, think about the goals that have been scored. I mean, they haven't scored against us, all right? Even in the North London derby, ball gets deflected, and usually if that's an Arsenal player kicking it, it goes wide. But for them, it just goes straight on the inside. So
right. Well, I mean, you have one of the stronger legs out there making that. It was Son, right? Son
yeah,
was the
and
one
he
that got the ball to go into the net, but on the deflection. But he put so much pace on the ball.
But I mean,
when you look at the shot was going directly at Raya. Raya's standing there like this, and it's coming right at him, and the ball gets deflected and goes 8 yards wider than it was because he just smacked it. He was just like, get good contact and something can happen. And that's what you need. That's exactly what you need. And luck fucking happens. But Raya was right there and like nearly planted himself because the ball was coming straight at him. And then when it went, it was like, oh, fuck. But the difference, Gary, with the Manchester United match, Martinelli had nearly the same exact opportunity that Trossard had, and Trossard ate, and Martinelli is still fucking digging through the trash cans trying to look for his dinner because he did not make it happen. The big difference right there, we get that goal from Martinelli, and we're now 2-1 up. Close it out.
I looked into some of the games we played this season, and if Martinelli doesn't make that first one-on-one with the goalkeeper in a game, we lose 2-0. The two times he's had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he's missed it. We've gone on to lose 2-0.
Can one of you guys address this comment?
It's just like, yeah.
Is that supposed to be on live? Is he supposed to put that out there? His love? I mean, that sounds a little bit like private. Did you, John? Were you supposed to put that out there?
First of all, you named your robot vacuum Linda. What did you expect? You give it such a heartfelt name.
Yeah,
I mean, you could have just called it Sparky. Or
Kevin,
you can't fall in love with a Sparky. You know that.
Let's
Never.
see.
You could, but it would be a little strange. But Linda,
welcome to
vacuum?
a couple new names that I'm seeing here. Kevin Jessup, good to see you. Nick Knack as well. Kevin Jessup says, "What bullshit, Arsenal, the only unlucky team in the world." I'm not sure if you're saying that we were saying that Arsenal are lucky or are unlucky. I don't
Kevin,
think
I'm just going to say that little statement is bereft of punctuation.
Punctuation, yeah, it could mean a lot of different
punctuation. Punctuation would really help out. In fact, I think we could have a lot of fun with this for the rest of the episode. Just reading this with different pronunciation. What bullshit, Arsenal, the only unlucky team in the world.
Yeah, what bullshit, Arsenal, the only.
I actually said we were lucky to get that goal from Trossard. So I don't know.
Yeah, we are. I thought we were.
We were lucky to get the corner for Gabriel's header, which was an own goal. So everything about our goals was nothing was like we planned it according. It went according to plan. But you know what? I think football is a funny sport. You don't always, you can do everything perfect and still not get the win. I think we've been showing that. So. We've been
playing so well, except for the final second of putting the ball in the back of the fucking net, and it's just it's like fucking horrible there. But anyway, yeah. Anything else you guys want to say about this before I bring in a West Ham fan?
We got the win. We want to move on to the next one. The next game is always the most important game. So Villa, here we go.
Here we go, Villa. The one who ended it all for us last year. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and bring in a new Graham Potter fan. I hear he's read every book in the series, and he's down for the gangbang. So everybody say what's up to Lawrence.
Nobody is down for that. Lawrence?
Negative.
Okay, I was going to say, I was just wondering what kind of stuff you're into.
No zebras over here, buddy. But thank you for the invite. How you guys doing?
Good.
Yep. And I see a black box again, so maybe I need to refresh my computer, my fucking thing again. I'll be back.
What is going on with this
good,
computer?
Good win against Fulham, for certain. Despite the fact you guys started what was an early 2-0 lead, only to give up a couple one late.
Well, if you watch that match, the first 20 minutes, Fulham really controlled us all the way. I mean, we had nothing, and I want to put this in some kind of perspective for us. We're decimated in injuries, so we put Paqueta as our striker. We had Soler as our left wing. These guys are midfielders, and we had to really do some different things. And Potter, I thought, did a great job with what we had to mix up the combination and get it going well there. So we finally, I think they started making adjustments at the 30th minute. And then the 31st is when Soler from the left, who doesn't play the left wing because Somerville's hurt, and got a banging goal. 2 minutes later, we call him Potato Salad, Suchek was in the middle for another goal. So it was 2-0. So, and then if you really watched the match, Fulham, I forgot the guy's name, but he was passing the ball into the box, and both times he got a goal, but the attacker was there who kind of blocked Fabianski's view, and it went in there. I'm not saying it wouldn't have went in or not, but it was like a block there. So it was sketch. And then the final goal was Paqueta getting one, which was really important that I noticed was what Fulham did is what West Ham has done all year. Their mistakes were they gave up 2 goals by doing bad defensive passing in the back. And fortunate enough for West Ham was, and a fan told me this, and I agreed, was we were pressing high at the time. So we had the opportunity when they made that mistake. We had players there to execute. If you play the low block and you go back far enough, you're not able to do that. You're already sitting back. So if you screw up, fuck it, who cares? Right? You're going to get the ball. There ain't nobody there. But we were there, and that's how Soler was there to get the job done. That's how Paqueta got the third. And we were scrapping this. And just, I know I'm talking a bit, but the one thing I noticed is the motivation for Potter's there. The fans love it. No matter what we want to say about it, they love it. And he's appealed to it. Every press conference he talks about is what? He talks about the fans. One thing West Ham cares about, the fans, I mean, is, of course, themselves. They care about the legacy, the history, and they care about the academy. And that's one thing that's always missing with some teams. We really care about the academy because a lot of times we breach really good players, and then they go elsewhere. He wants to do that, and that's why you saw, like in the game last week where we lost, but Scars was in there, that he's bringing them up. So he's really he knows how to talk, you know what I mean? A businessman talk, you know. But I was very proud of the win, and then I think Crystal City tomorrow will be a challenge, but I'm excited about it.
Crystal City, indeed. You play next week?
So Crystal Palace. I had a couple of them.
No. It's many new teams that I don't know about, like Mark's Bristol City.
No, Crystal Palace.
Maybe Crystal City is a new one that.
I said in the chat. I had a couple of bourbons. It was my birthday, so my wife took me out for dinner.
Hey, happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Yeah, happy birthday!
Thank you. 25 years old. I love
25. It. Damn, you don't look a day over 75. I mean,
I knew. It's just a matter of time there. I knew your ass was going to be talking some smack.
I have to. I have no choice. You keep setting me up, and I'm going to hit him home.
It was like
Happy
a volleyball.
Birthday, buddy.
Thank you. It was like a volleyball. You had to spike it. I would have done the same thing.
Cool.
Well, yeah. The name of the player that you were trying to remember is an ex-Arsenal player, Iwobi. He had 2 passes in crosses into the box that your attackers went up and did beautiful head motions on, neither of which touched the ball.
What's his name?
Iwobi.
Iwobi, and he got 2 goals, and they were great passes, but they missed it, and they were right in front of Fab, so it kind of got him kind of screwed up on where it was at. So it worked out, but he got 2 goals.
Well, exactly.
Celebrate like he got the goal. Remember?
Yeah, I know, and I'm checking my fantasy because I have him on my team, and I'm like, what's going on?
Lolo. I was like, give him the damn goal.
But I think if he makes contact on both goals, Fabianski was playing the attacker because he saw that they were crosses,
so
and he goes up because they're coming in like full header, and he's there to block whatever Raul does, and he doesn't even touch it, so it dribbles in. The next one, same exact thing. I forget which attacker was coming for it, but
who was that? I forgot, but no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot his name, but you're right. Thank you, Ant.
Pereira or somebody.
But Pereira. The guy.
But yeah, but listen, Fulham are a very, very well organized team, and they play some really good football. For you guys to put up,
thanks, Ant. Put
up 3 goals.
First loss in 9 matches. In the last 4, a lot of them been draws. The last 4 matches, I do a little review, so I went to the stats. The last 4 have been draws, but they have not lost a match in 9. That's pretty. So they're quite a squad. They're having trouble finishing now, though. They're either drawing. They need to get over I think this week in my. Are we doing the picks again today? So I have my pick for the Fulham match.
Yep.
I'm ready.
I was just happy that somehow Anthony Robinson got 2 assists, and I was like, where did he get the assist? And it was from like, I'm just gonna pass it to the middle to Iwobi, who's gonna chip it in, and he got 2 assists. So I was fine with that.
Robinson's having a banger of a season, man. In December, he was one of the players. He's been rated high. I like. Of course, he's an American, so.
What?
No, I like
trying to
he's a mini.
What does this mean? Mark
Trent
trying to bully new
Alexander
Leeds fans to the
He's
stoop.
like
Shame on
not
you.
quite as good as Trent, but he's along
What does this mean?
Oh no! Who brought this
Who
guy
am I
in?
bullying?
All right. Who should I start on first? Mark or birthday? Mark or birthday grandpa? Mark or birthday grandpa?
Mr. Tom.
Happy birthday, by the way. Happy birthday. Hope you had a great day. Let's try and change that.
Mr. Tom, before you start, if you guys remember back in the day when you didn't have cable, you remember you had like the major channels, ABC, CBS, and then you had them channels that didn't really come in perfectly. They were like channel 45 or 20. That's Mr. Tom. These are the prime channels, and then he's the one.
Yeah. All right, Grandpa.
I gotta focus it in.
All right, let's save a lot of time. You turn around and go that I'm from the junior leagues. I'll tell you to go fuck yourself, and then we get on with the show, like some fun. Yeah.
No, Mr. Tom, you're coming in hot. You got some shit to talk.
I've got nothing but shit to talk.
Let's do it.
I'm a shit talker. Now that can go both ways. Some people will say, "Do I talk a lot of shit?" Yes. Have I got shit to talk? Also, yes. So, whatever you want to put it. And when Mark says, "When did I bully a Leeds fan?" It's basically as simple as Kevin Jessup. Hello, Kevin. Welcome to the channel, my fellow Leeds brother, of course. Said, sorry, it's late, and I'm not so good at typing on my phone this late. I'm an old guy. Picking on the elderly. Yet you don't sit and pick on Lawrence. Strange. Anyway, I'm an old guy.
When did we pick
game in 1964? 1964. I wasn't even in my dad's testicles in 1964. Jesus Christ.
Tom, who was picking on Kevin? Who was picking on Kevin?
Mark was picking on Kevin. Mark was going, let's reread his comment 9,000 times in different inflections. I mean, personally, I found it quite funny. I found Mark's comment quite funny, and it just gave me something to go home about.
Mark is a fan of proper punctuation. And
I'm a fan of it. It was really
English major.
Here we go. What? What?
Yep. See
Bullshit.
and Mark was absolutely
Arsenal,
right.
the
You can read
only
that.
lucky
What
team.
bullshit. Arsenal, the only unlucky team in the world. And that's from an Arsenal fan. Or you read it. What bullshit, Arsenal, the only unlucky team in the world. Like, without punctuation, you can read that any way you want. So, fuck off, Tom.
No.
Calling it elder abuse. We didn't even know his
I'm
fucking age.
I'm
And
gonna
until
punish
you called him a
and your
him,
audience
I
by
didn't even know
staying.
it was a guy. I didn't know it was a guy.
I thought it was a zebra.
I don't see
You
gender.
don't know someone called
Me
Kevin
neither.
Jessup.
I'm like
names.
Lolo. I don't see stuff like that. No way.
I don't see gender or color in screen names. Well, the only color I see is green or black because there's
who else
green
is
and black
Kevin going
colors.
to be?
That's not for me to judge. Kevin can be whoever what Kevin
Kevin Bacon.
is.
I mean, he's not. He's Kevin Jessup, apparently. But still.
Kevin
It
Bacon
could
is
be
Kevin Bacon. I mean,
It could be
can't
Kevin
mess with
Kevin
Bacon.
Sorbo.
The real question, if you're going to put any kind of sauce on Kevin Bacon before you eat him, what kind of sauce is it going to be? It's going to be brown, isn't it?
Texas
Brown
Pete.
wait,
I don't even know
on
what
the
that means.
bacon?
On
Texas
Kevin
Pete.
Bacon, if you're going to
Oh,
put sauce on Kevin Bacon, which sauce are you going to put on Kevin Bacon? In
Syrup.
your sandwich.
Syrup.
Oh, maple syrup.
Maple fucking syrup.
Okay, I
That's
can
an
deal with
interesting
that.
theory. Because I actually, when doing Christmas food shopping, I did once have waffles and bacon, and I did put a bit of syrup on it, and it was very nice.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you don't need anything on bacon but bacon. That's all I gotta say.
Bacon is like the bomb. Bacon is the bomb.
You don't
That's another
need
awesome
syrup.
theory from Gary, a
I'm
rare one. but
sure.
still.
I'm sure that many people
Yeah,
out there
Arsenal
might be
also
thinking
don't
that,
need a striker.
Okay,
We'd be
now,
fucking
now you're going
delicious
crazy.
with one.
What,
You haven't
We
what
would
got
be
enough
Arsenal,
fucking
bacon, have you?
delicious with one.
what Arsenal needs is Saka back. That's what Arsenal needs. I'm sorry to say it, and I say it all the time. He's the one. He's your guy that makes things happen. Saka was having a brilliant year. Brilliant off the right side. Creating.
Having a good year. How many goals does he have? How many goals does he have?
How much did he
Fucking
create when he
5.
goes? But how many assists did he have? 8,
10.
probably. Yes, that's awesome because he would take it from the right, he'd go into the box and pass in and give up to the goal. Would create opening in space. Lolo, you are the champion and you guys know Arsenal. But what I saw as a outside observer was he was making it happen. Better than last year. And he got hurt.
Saka was definitely having a good year. But when everybody's like, "Oh my God, Saka is fucking phenomenal this year," he's been very good. But I'm sorry,
gotcha.
5 goals in 20 games is not an incredible season.
I guess what I was saying, Lolo, and I understand that point was, but the creation that he makes and the
you're a
right
creationist.
Side.
Now we're
fucking talking. But yeah, because he came in, he was like an assist artist. He'd pass it into the box to the left, and people get it. That's why he probably had 10 assists. How many goals did you have when he had 5 goals and 10 assists?
Now, how many of those assists were from corners, which don't count according to most teams in this league? Most teams' fan bases, Arsenal's corners don't fucking count as real goals.
Well, Arsenal, which is wrong, because Arsenal has been the king this year and before on the corners. You guys were killing it on getting corners. Brilliant.
When he was giving them on the right and Declan was on the left, whipping them in. Yeah, look how many assists Declan Rice has. Imagine if David Moyes ever once in his life thought to put Declan Rice on corners. Why would he?
But what Moyes did he was
he
was letting Rice attack more. Rice was attacking more and doing better.
Rice has had like 4 opportunities to score in the past 2 or 3 games and has fucked them up because he's been shocked that he got the ball. He's like, and he looked around going, "Fellas, why am I the furthest fucking forward?" Him and Gabrielle are standing next to each other going, "Don't we have like attacking people that we pay?"
See, I somehow, when you said that, I somehow imagine Jerry Seinfeld's voice coming out of Declan Rice. Why is it that I'm moving so far forward?
Because I'm telling you something, Royce can do some bangers from right outside the back, right outside the box. Royce can do some bangers, dude. I've seen it with West Ham, and my opinion was I don't think you guys are playing him attackingly correctly. I really don't, and it could be because they're not passing it to him. But he has the capability, and he moves up there. Maybe because we didn't have the attack, and he's not being utilized that way. I a lot of times when I watch an Arsenal game, when it comes to attacking, he's absent. Totally absent.
Because we bought a fucking 100 million pound number 6. We want you to be fucking covering for our left back and right back.
He's not just a defensive midfielder, though. He's an attacking midfielder. He's not just a defensive.
Clearly not.
Sit back. He's
clearly not.
Well,
clearly not. I've seen him have tap-ins the last few weeks that he fucking couldn't do.
He's really good defensive striker. Let's just say that.
Bullshit. I disagree.
Him and Gabriel.
Yes, both of them. Yeah. Even Gabriel's a really good defensive striker. They keep the game close. So yeah. Now he's playing right where he's supposed to be on this team. If we need him to score, then that's why we got problems.
Well, you got problems now because sometimes you're not living up to the bill.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Yeah. You got players that are supposed to score for us, but they can't.
Yeah, you guys were. The major thing was happening. You guys were killing it, and then Saka went down, and you have not performed since. So you tell me what's the missing part.
We weren't performing with him. It's not.
Yes, you were. You were. Let's go back. I like the look.
No, we weren't.
I mean, come on, guys. It's very hard to say because there's been lapses in the things that make Arsenal go that haven't been together for a while. Odegaard is a player that helps make things go, and he missed 6 weeks. Saka obviously is a player that makes things go, and he's going to be out for maybe the season, maybe come back in the last 6 weeks. Who knows? Because anytime you have surgery on your hamstring, it can be very very iffy. You can ask Pedro Neto, but when the components that is Arsenal are all together, they're putting up 5 goals. I think in a stretch of 4 games, you guys scored 17 when Odegaard came back and Saka was healthy.
100%. Thank you, Mark.
So there's these moments where Arsenal has been able to put it all together. It's just not been consistent due to injury. And now you've lost Jesus for the season. And I think that injury was only a matter of time because you guys being so thin in that position, you were forced to kind of bring him back early. I don't think
he got hurt because he was injured and he came back early?
He was injured 2 years ago. Didn't he injure his knee 2 years ago?
But he went on he got a hat trick and then he got a brace and then he got a goal 2 games
no,
later.
I'm just saying it's
he was on a roll. He was on a roll now. So the injury you're talking about, yes, is 2 years ago, but that's he finally actually started playing some football again.
Well, no, sure. And I was trying to get to that, but it just seems like, he's missed this will be the 3rd time that he's missed significant time due to injury, and it makes you wonder, I guess is what I should have said. It makes you wonder whether or not he was ready to come back in the capacity they did because they were desperate for that position. They weren't able to bring him on slowly. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got. Mr. Tom leads top of the table, but it's a little congested up there.
It really is. If anyone happened to see the game tonight between Burnley and Sheffield United, not Sheffield United, Sunderland, sorry, Sunderland, you'll be amazed by the fact that it was fucking shit. But also, not only was it fucking shit, it was fucking shit until the 86th minute, until Sunderland got a penalty, which wasn't a penalty, by the way. Not that I'm ever going to go to bat for Burnley, but if you make a foul outside the area and the player falls inside the area, it's a free kick. It's a free kick. I've seen Burnley fans sitting there on the internet going, oh my God, we've been robbed. I mean, you didn't get robbed because you didn't lose. Anyway, spoiler. Sorry, really getting ahead of myself there. He's sitting there, Burnley fans sitting there going, oh, the referees are against us. Like, no, it was a foul. It was probably just going to be a free kick that they also didn't score. But anyway, wasn't a penalty, got the penalty, missed the penalty. Same player, another penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty, this time in the box. It was absurd. Genuinely absurd, but still went on to miss the penalty. Same player missed 2 penalties, one in 86th minute, one in 90 plus 7. It was an amazing turn of events, but it kept Leeds top. That's all I really give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
So Burnley, go fuck yourself. Sunderland, go fuck yourself. And although you're not actually involved in this contest, Sheffield United, go fuck yourself and the horse that you rode in on. Oh, sorry, can I just do one more? One more, if you don't mind, John. Is John there? John, could you show the second page, please, if you can, out of interest? Derby County, please, go fuck yourself. Thank you, John.
Someone rolling some bones there?
That or somebody's pounding that goddamn keyboard.
It sounded like somebody was rolling some dice. A little CeeLo.
Maybe my mic is a little too sensitive. So. Yeah, is that the Leeds minute? Do we move on?
I'll fucking make sure there's a lot more than a minute because I've just had to fucking suffer this Arsenal fucking bullshit. I've had to sit there and suffer.
Gosh, this guy just likes to curse.
How do you turn a team around from second to first? How do you take a team from second to first? That's the real question of the weekend. Fuck off. Fucking nonsense. I've never heard such nonsense.
What is he talking about? Why is he here again?
Because they gave me the link, Gary.
Yeah, I told you guys not to give him the link, and you keep doing it.
But Mr. Tom, we give that link out like small change on homeless people.
There you go.
You too. Here you go. Peace be with you.
Wow. That's a revelation. That's a revelation that not even Stephen Wonder could see.
We're walking through Chinatown, handing out here you go, have the link.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be just a QR code.
Come on, link.
Hey, bro,
come on, help the guy out, link. Sorry, what?
Link.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm waiting for Rosie to pop on and click the link so she can bullshit to your face.
That's what I'd like to see. Some fresh blood up in here.
Lolo, for a second, I thought you were frozen.
No, Lolo's pissed off. What you pissed off about, Lolo?
He's got nothing. We can't hear you.
I can't even hear him either. So it's just, he's got the mute.
My internet, my computer, fucking everything. It's just
we can see you. We can see you, buddy.
Yeah, I know. I'm just watching the little blinking light of my internet just stop every now and then. And
I got you.
I'm like, oh,
Understood.
cool.
Okay.
Fucking fun. So I don't know if you guys are talking shit about me, and I'm just like,
no, we haven't.
Interesting.
Well, we always kind of talk shit about you, but that's besides the point. But
well, good. I need more. I need more.
No.
Zebras. More zebras.
Definitely not talking shit about the Lolo.
Yeah, I got gremlins here, man. For real. Yeah, it's insane.
All right. So, who do we have in the comments? Anybody interesting? Anybody?
I
anything
personally enjoyed a comment made at 12:49 a.m. on UK time.
I personally prefer the stoop when Tom is on it.
Oh Lord, who put that on?
I know that is.
I mean, that's a great comment. I mean, people. The thing I like about
Rosie. How much does he pay you?
People can say what they want without fear of reprisal. Basically,
As dumb as it may be.
Yeah, that's
Exactly,
like that is
exactly.
one of the dumbest
But-
things I've ever heard on this show.
Yeah, I don't see it.
And actually,
I actually think
I didn't
women
want to
deserve
come
more
on anymore
respect than being
because
told
Tom
that their
was here.
comments are dumb. But still,
Rosie's tired. I think Rosie's
I
tired.
never said anybody. I just said that your comment was lacking punctuation. That's all.
Yeah.
I think her comment is
Kind of like
perfectly
Faulkner
punctuated.
and what's his name? Whose name I can't remember.
George
Who-
Best.
No, who wrote the road? Cormac McCarthy, also one who does not like punctuation very much.
I love
There you go. Arsenal, comma, unlucky not to win it again. Period.
Comma,
Question mark.
English major. But all right, I like it though.
Your punctuation is just fine there. Unlucky not to win it. Unlucky not to win it again. Yes,
Scooby.
you know. And yes,
Cormac
Rosie.
McCarthy. There
Cormac
you go.
McCarthy.
Jack Kerouac. What's up, Matt James? Good to see you there. All right. Let me ask you guys to get it back on some proper football. Is the title race actually on, or is it just Liverpool's to lose?
That's a good question.
When you say proper football, do you mean football by teams with too much
Well, as soon
money
as you
themselves?
start talking, it just goes downhill. So yeah, it was football
The
talk,
standard
and now
goes
it's
up when I
not.
start talking, Gary. The
It's just
standard
gone
goes up.
nonsense all really quickly.
That's partly true. I mean, I'd be lying if I said that weren't entirely true. But
You know
still.
what? I would say honestly, the only team that probably could catch Liverpool, and I always say I predicted them to win it this year, is Arsenal. I love Forest, but I just their sustainability could be in question. But I mean, everything they do, Banter, I like Wood, everything they have. But honestly, I think it's Liverpool's to lose. Really, I think they have it. They have the they had the Nunez can stay there. Diaz can come in. Salah, who's the state of the everything. They got the defense. I think it's theirs to lose. If they can keep going the way and the key thing is injuries will always affect things. We all know that. So if you can stay healthy and stay the course, I think it's theirs to lose.
Yeah. Well, you talk about sustainability with Nottingham Forest. Look, we're 21 matches in. 21 matches in. We're over halfway, and they have been nothing but consistent.
100% Lolo, but I agree, but just they've never been there before. So I'm with you, and I think, and I'm rooting for them. Trust me, as a not top 6 club fan, I'm rooting for them, but I'm just being realistic.
It's absurd. How can you root for a team in the same competition as you? It's absurd.
When you're not in the top 6 and you're not going to be there, I cheer for the other teams that can get there. And the Forest team, if I was there, I cheer for that.
I'm sorry, I want everybody to lose.
I think something
Right.
something that we should maybe look at when we talk about the top 3 or top 4 is the kind of like the condensed schedule for both Liverpool and Arsenal. I mean, they're playing.
They're not an underdog.
I mean, but Arsenal's playing like 5.
That's
they're
a
playing
good
like
shout there,
five,
Mark. That's
five,
a good shout,
6
Mark.
games.
I know what you're
5-6
saying.
games in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Which is why Arsenal decided to let Manchester United win, because we didn't want anything to do with that competition.
And
Mark, we wanted a Dubai trip.
And Lolo,
the only way we're going to get the Dubai trip.
Mark,
is if
you're
we got
muted
knocked
for
out.
some reason.
And Lolo,
Yeah.
you're totally correct. You have to decide what you want to do. When you have plus, when you're that type of team, you have depth. So if you have depth on the squad or in those games that aren't Prem games, you're going to play the secondary players. They're still quality players. Get there, but you're going to have to make a decision. What do you want more? And but it's a good point. It's a good shout, Mark.
He muted himself and can't figure out how. I tried to unmute you and it said,
You're still muted now.
well, you're still muted. It muted again, Mark. It muted on its own, unless John is doing it to you, but I don't think he is. And I can't unmute you because you chose to mute yourself, is what StreamYard is telling me.
How about
There
now?
you go. There you
Okay. So to just finish my thought, Arsenal, Liverpool. Never mind. I'm done. Go ahead.
Mark,
Talk amongst yourselves.
They're
Was
not
that you,
underdogs,
John?
Toby.
Sorry,
They have
Mark.
failed
I had to
financial
do
I'll
that.
be
fair
back.
play and
I
got
need a
punched
bio
for it.
break.
You threw the
that is
softball
not-
up. I was like,
Oh man, this guy's giving up layups. He's giving up layups. He's just falling over in the lane, and everybody's just like layup here and layup there. Oh, Mark, sorry.
sorry, Mark. Go ahead. Continue with your brilliant ideas.
Well, it's not a matter of it being a brilliant idea, but Forest doesn't have to worry about international competition. They have to worry about, they just have to play their cup game against Luton. Actually, that's done. Who do they have to play there? I don't know.
That's
But they
fucked
get
up,
Brighton.
Rosie.
They get Brighton and Fulham and Bournemouth, Southampton. Their schedule's about to get soft, and Arsenal and Liverpool, teams that are a little depleted because of injury, are going to have to play a hell of a lot more matches. I think, if anything, this is an opportunity for Forest to kind of establish themselves as a real threat, because I think they are. I really do.
They are on you, Mark. Who knew?
That's
Who knew
okay.
these British people cared about chastising people on punctuation so much?
Well, those are pronunciations, apparently.
Oh, pronunciations.
But yeah.
Not punctuations. Which are totally
if
two
you're
different
Reading
things.
is
talking
not our
about
strong
Mark,
suit.
you're gonna
someone
get
about their
shit
shit.
again
You
for
need to
saying
make
that.
sure your own shit is fucking perfect. That's all I'm
Mine's
going to say
perfect.
on that.
I'm pretty good at English. I do it right.
That's good. I like words is good.
It's
I like
Words
these
are hard.
words. Words are good
Bird
and
words.
hard.
A lot harder for some.
Yeah,
others.
wait until you get BX Gunner on the show. Won't be able to understand anything he says. You're like, nope.
No.
I've
Never
heard
heard
his
him
voice.
talk,
He's
so-
a nice guy.
That's
Yeah.
what I heard too. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, it's about time for our bio break. We're gonna have a
Just
quick
took
little
mine.
bio break, halftime, and then we will be
Spurs
back
sucks, song.
with
Spurs song.
betting in the dark with Mr. Tom. It would be a good week for Tottenham suck, but I think
Yes.
we've done that a few weeks in a row, haven't we?
It never gets old.
Gary's writing a complaint letter to somebody.
I know. Hey, Gary, can you hit your keyboard any harder?
He's
I
actually
got-
he's
I
actually
got a
he's doing
I
his
got a
taxes on
sledgehammer.
an abacus.
It sounds
just
like
got
he
my
tried
big-
Skeletor to
I
hit the
just
keys
got my
or something.
W2.
I got a
Yeah.
mechanical keyboard, so it does make noise.
He's not even typing. He's just doing one of those fidget bubble things just to like keep himself busy.
Is a mechanical keyboard a typewriter?
Oh, old school, John. You know
Should
about
be, but
that.
no.
I think that's analog.
Analog. Now we're showing our age.
Keyboard.
See, as a 25-year-old today, I don't know about those analog things.
Yeah. Happy 25th birthday to you. All right, so we will be back shortly with betting in the dark with Mr. Tom, and
Ooh,
we'll get
Tom.
into the all the predictions for
Tom, I
match
got
week.
my
22? All right, Larry has his notes. All right,
got my
we will be back
predictions.
shortly in just a few minutes, so use the restroom if you got to, or whatever. We'll be right back.
Murderers, robbers, rapists, dealers, pedophiles.
Welcome to the revolution!
Justice isn't commerce.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Just stop it!
Who the hell is without a helper, and what does she have to do with my sister?
Do Do I look like I need a psychological evaluation?
That's not the issue. The issue is why you didn't tell me.
I recommend that he be given a psychological evaluation before taking over his next assignment.
Just like old Tom's, huh?
You goddamn son of a bitch!
Look me in the eyes. May I have a little kiss before you go? I'm very lonely here.
Oh, we're being lied to. I don't like secrets. I could report you to the authorities, have your goddamn license suspended.
Smoking cigars now. And I thought he was perfect.
Would you give your life to save the world if nobody knew you did it?
Boy, you're a cocky one.
You got a great point there. And a sign that says, "No snakes allowed."
We're past all that. No more games.
Not allowed. The reason I'm still alive is because I wear an invisible helmet. You can't see it, but it's always there.
I quite enjoy a bit of Murder Gun.
Yeah, I can't wait till it comes out. I sent it off to Gary Busey and to his people, but they say that they aren't talking to him anymore. So,
and Gary said, "I don't remember this."
He said, "That was my best movie." Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a quick little bio break there. Let's get into it. What do you say, Mr. Tom?
I have no problem with getting into it.
All right, let's get into betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Betting in the dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
All right, this is Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. As you all know, we like to ask Mr. Tom to find us some of the craziest bets that he can find, the crazy parlays that will turn £1 or $1.22 into hundreds of dollars or pounds, which means they are not good bets. So please do not place these bets. But if you do, and you happen to win, let's hear about it. We don't need to hear about it when they lose, because yeah, well, I only have 100 text messages per month on my plan, so don't text me when you lose. All right, so yeah, when the fun stops, come on happy hour. All right, Mr. Tom, take it away.
I'll 100% text me when you lose, because I always like it goes like this. I go, "Oh, cool. How much did you lose?" Which they give an answer, and I'm like, "That's how much of a times of a fool you are for actually going with something I suggested." But seriously, let's go with something that I've suggested.
All right, we're gonna put Mr. Tom's phone number in the chat so everyone can text him. Straight away, Tom. Fucking hell.
What? Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We're going big. We are going full Emery. Full Emery.
Is Marlon even going to be on the team yet?
Who cares? I just put him in.
I read that there's a strong possibility that Unai plays him.
What?
I have
from
read
who?
That.
Dark web.
Who was that in a text message from Tom?
No.
It doesn't count if you read it from a text message from the guy who's telling you to place that fucking bet.
I kind of agree with that from Lolo. Not that I want to agree with anything on the internet.
I think I read it in the Atlantic. Is that a terrible source? I don't know.
If the Athletic said it, then yeah, it might actually happen.
You know what, Mark? You and I need to create a website called The Pacific. Atlantic does, and we will do the opposite of what they say.
All I've got to say here, right, is This has
I
got,
think we
this
should
has
call it
got
the authentic.
Marlon scores all over it. Literally, because guess what academy he came out of? Never made use of him. Have a guess. Have a guess. Would I be picking him if he came out of the Leicester Academy, but then started for Villa against Arsenal? Of course. It's a story, bro. Match of the day, and I could go bro on this because I'm Mr. Bro, the bro man, whatever, and I'm not remotely. I'm about as cool as an carpet arse burned. Anyway, in all seriousness, though, Havertz is going to score because basically everyone's gone for like, oh, he's terrible, he's cooked, or he's whatever. So he's probably then going to score where everyone's going to be like, ha, maybe he's not cooked and we're definitely going to win this 72-0. But then you don't, because then probably Leon Bailey scores or something, and then you know, Marlon was going to come on because I don't think he will start, but I don't need him to start. I need him to finish.
Is Leon Bailey even still with the team?
Probably. I'll try not to look at Aston Villa.
No, he is. He is.
Yes, he is. He is.
He is.
Oh, I'm thinking
unfortunately,
I'm thinking of Douglas Luiz.
Yeah. No, Bailey's.
He's gone. The one we need to worry about is frickin' Jude Rogers, Morgan Rogers, who thinks he's Jude Bellingham.
He's not even Joe Bellingham.
Yeah, I don't think he starts.
Morgan Rogers.
I picked in this. What did I pick in this? Man?
Morgan Rogers.
I picked a 2-2 draw here. That's my prediction. Lair Dog's prediction.
I didn't realise we were doing the score section of the show now, Lawrence.
I'm
you
sorry,
know, Tom, you read my mind, but I was going to let it slide. You know, Lawrence being, you know, he's not really accustomed to a lot of these things yet.
I've only been on the show for about 400 years, Lawrence.
Sorry.
You have to earn your way into this shit.
Okay.
Anyway.
I apologize. But not really.
I accept your apology, but not really. So, of course. No, it's all good in all seriousness. But in all seriousness, Villa are going to win 2-1. And all the Arsenal fans that currently are sitting going, I can't believe you picked against Arsenal. Where the fuck have you been since August?
Yeah, exactly. No, Mr. Tom,
that's where the money is. This is the whole point of this betting line, is because it could happen. But more importantly, if it does happen, it has the big payout.
Got you,
Mr. Tom.
100%. I got you.
Mr. Tom,
someone complained that the payouts weren't big enough, so Mr. Tom had to make adjustments accordingly. Is that not correct, Mr. Tom?
Or Lolo was about to speak where he was back. In my opinion, he was about to confirm everything you just said, but he might not now that I've said that. So
these are the skills you gain from being on 5,000 years of this show. Tom was right. I was basically going to say, as much as I don't like this because I want Arsenal to win, I could totally see us coming out straight away and, you know, first 20, 30 minutes, Kai Havertz gets a goal, and then we do what we've done this season, which is sit back and be like, oh, cool, we'll do that. And we get to halftime, and then immediately in 2 minutes, Villa will equalize through Ollie Watkins or Morgan Rogers, Leon Bailey,
Durant coming off the bench.
Durant, but McGinn, he's always a piece.
I have enough to do it.
And then they bring on Malen in the last 20 minutes, and he gets the winner in the 95th minute when there was only 2 minutes of stoppage time, and it happens. And you know what? If y'all place that bet and that fucking happens, I will be so happy for you guys. I will be so happy for you guys because I'm not placing this fucking bet.
And hopefully, if that did happen, you would use some of your winnings to actually pick my draw up off the floor, because I'll be shocked I actually fucking got it right.
Yeah. But it's just crazy enough to happen. I mean, the storyline of it all. This is what I love about Mr. Tom. This is what I love about your picks. And I don't tell you enough that how much I appreciate your picks, but all your picks always tell a story. You in your picks, you're like, what's the story of the game? That's why you picked Kai Havertz to score first. You didn't just say Kai Havertz to score. You're like, no, I want Arsenal to go up, and then they will sit back, and this will happen, and this will happen, and they'll end up fucking losing 2-1. And this new guy, who was from the Arsenal Academy, will probably score the winner or the equalizer. And you know what? I love that.
More annoying thing to Arsenal fans to happen, basically.
Yep. Yeah.
Is you
I mean,
go
Eddie
in front
Nketiah
and
scored
then you
against
lose.
us.
Yes.
Eddie Nketiah scored against us. He hasn't scored against fucking anybody.
Understand,
They
right.
lost.
Also, in all seriousness, you should probably, if you actually are going to do this, actually do what Lauren said and do 2-2, because it's probably more likely to actually yield a payout.
Yeah. And put like
won't be as much, but it
Gabriel
will
as the
actually-
last goal scorer.
They
Because
took away
Gabriel
last goal
will level
scorer.
it.
It's
What?
genuinely true, Lolo. They took away in betting shops. They generally took away last goal scorer, and it happened. I remember this specifically. It happened the week after I picked Arsenal to defeat Man United with Eddie Nketiah scoring the last goal.
Wow. Why would they take that away? It's such a stupid bet. Like,
It
it's
really
easy
is,
money for the
but-
house.
Yeah,
is,
but
yeah.
they've just decided to go with first and any time.
Well, I mean, it was last scorer that I won that made me a 100 air.
Yeah.
Was I
100%.
took Nketiah as a last scorer as recommended by Mr. Tom. There he is. A little blurry that day.
Tom,
But
they
the
have
difference being is that I had Rashford as the first scorer.
Last thing I'll say is I had more faith in Eddie than Eddie had faith in Eddie that day.
Yeah. Tom, they have here. I don't think you can do it in a parlay, at least in DraftKings. You can't do it in a parlay, but you could put a single bet down. They have first or last. So you could pick like Kai Havertz first or last.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's better odds than
Similar,
any
yeah.
time.
Mhm.
I mean, worse odds, I guess, than any time, but better payout. Which is an
scared
interesting
Gary
one.
off by saying that Arsenal were not going to win this.
Yep, pretty much. That's going to just let you
Well,
know.
he was writing his thesis, so
His mechanical keyboard was had fell apart. And a cog rolled underneath.
I need to
the
get some
couch,
more
and
Earl.
He can't quite reach it.
He's got to oil up the keyboard.
Hey Spencer, how you doing? That's understandable. I mean, I understand why Gary would leave out a protest.
I agree with that too.
Yeah, because I was about to say I'd leave because I'll never pick that Leeds in a game. Let alone I'm never going to pick Leeds to
lose.
That's not true. That's not true, Mr. Herbert. That's not true.
Hello,
I did win.
Bronco.
I won.
You know what?
I won
I
enough.
would say Ant's on it. Why don't you pop on here, Ant? You keep talking a little smack. Where you at?
That's not true.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. That's
Director
not
John
true.
already put the link up there. If anybody
So,
needs the
yeah.
link, it's already
There
up there.
was a week where I sat
What's
on
up,
this
Bronco?
show. I sat on this show. I saw the future. I was doing a thing back then where I was like, I'll see the
imagine you
future and all
did.
that
Like
bollocks.
a ninja,
And I
like a
sat
Jedi
here,
Knight.
I sat on this show and I said, Burnley and Watford are playing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, 5:15, whatever it was. And they were going to draw 0-0. And because they drew 0-0, Lolo was furious because basically the payout was £9 English. £9. But I was right. I was right because that game was utter dog shit.
Yep.
It was genuine dog shit. And it's why neither of them in the Premier League now, to be fair, probably.
Now we need to clear something up here because Anthony was asking. So let me get this right. Nobody won a Mr. Tom bet, and then Scooby says no. Spawny famously won. Was a quality episode. He was Macho Man for a full show. It was great. Technically speaking, Mark altered the bet, so Mr. Tom's bet did not win.
Yeah.
So I don't know, Mr. Tom. Have any of these ever won?
Mr. Tom's bet was the backbone of my bet.
I just felt because he was in such incredible form at the time, which seems so long ago and so laughable. But at the time, Marcus Rashford was in such great form. I had to put him as the first goal scorer of that match, and he did score first and fast. I want to say he scored in the first 7 minutes or something like that.
Rashford? That must have been like 3 years ago.
I'll tell you exactly how this went down. I'll tell you exactly how this went down. The actual selection I said was going to be Bruno Fernandes was going to get a penalty to open the game. Because why would it have been unreasonable to suggest that Manchester United are going to get a penalty early on the game?
Yeah.
And
certainly
then
not.
Mark went.
But those aren't outlandish predictions. That's a good one. Yeah, I agree.
Mark went, Rashford's on big form. So basically, and I said, well, if you think he's going to score first, put him to score first.
Yeah.
And he did.
And to be honest with the chat, like that's how at least I know Mark and I, when we place the betting in the dark bets, we use Mr. Tom's bets as a jump off point. And we go from there with what we feel. So like with this one, we may not pick Malin to score. We may go with Ollie Watkins, and it may drop it to like $100 payout, or probably way less. I don't know. But
I actually like to see. I like to refer to Mr. Tom's betting parlays as maybe divine inspiration.
Oh my God! Can we move him to the other side of the screen so he can jerk off Finger the Duck over there?
Wow.
We don't listen. Hey, Mark, we're being very nice to Tom. We can't
just because you thought it doesn't make it true.
His head will explode. His head will explode if we are too nice to him.
Hey, that's not PG.
Not okay. Next,
that's what I do, Spencer. I'm a storyteller. Speaking of stories, basically, this is a whopper of a story.
I can't even. Look at this.
I can tell you how this game's going to go. This game is
never
literally going to go
plays.
this way.
Let's hear it, Tom.
Smodic is going to have one shot, one goal. Like I believe he did in the first game at the Etihad. He basically had a shot and they scored the opening goal. That's going to happen again tomorrow because it's Ipswich, and Ipswich are God's football team. But, in to a much lesser degree than Liverpool, who actually are God's football team. And basically, Man City are then going to get an equaliser because, of course, they are. They're going to dominate the fuck out of this game. They'll score one goal. They're going to absolutely bend Ipswich over for this contest. But then basically, Liam Delap's going to go down the other end of the score with about 90 seconds left. And they won't have any time to actually overturn this.
I tell you one thing.
They'll try to overturn it, Lawrence. They will try to overturn it.
I got you. I am so big pro Delap, 100%. I want to get him West Ham so bad. It's unbelievable. But you know what? With Man City, this may not be a crazy pick. I don't think that it would happen, but it's not outlandish.
I can tell you why it's not outlandish, is because if I'd have done this about 4 months ago, it would have paid out 560 quid.
100%. What's it now?
260, like it is then.
Yeah, so yeah.
He can't read, Tom.
Fair enough.
He just turned 25.
It is his birthday, to be fair, so I won't go him too much.
I'm a little slow. I'm slow.
That's fair enough. It's understandable. So, but no, in all seriousness, I mean, Ian, that's just plain not PG. Football doesn't work like that, sir.
What the heck, Pink?
Ipswich will definitely get penetrated from the behind just once.
Well, no, to be fair, Ipswich are, based on my telling of the contest, Ipswich are never going to be behind in the contest. So it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, so they won't get penetrated. So he's right, yeah.
If anything, Villa are going to penetrate Arsenal from behind.
Oh.
Lovely, Tom. This is a kids show. I wish you would
And
keep
and
that
we and
sort of
and
content.
and you're going back to
to the-
another game. Stick to this one here, buddy. Come on, stick to the script.
This is awesome, Tom, and I love it.
Chaos,
Yeah,
baby.
I love it.
I just
Tom's
love
top man.
More chaos.
I don't think I have the heart to watch like the potential of a bottom feeding team who is trying so hard to stay afloat, and they get this opportunity and then it just falls to shit. Just a little sidebar. I feel horrible for Southampton. Absolutely feel sorry for those guys. They played so hard, only to lose to Man United on Diallo.
They can't score. Mark, please elaborate a little bit on why you feel bad for Southampton. Who, no offense,
because they were
They
winning
cannot
they were up 2-0. I believe they were up 2-0 until about the 75th minute.
I think there was only 1-0. No?
Was it? I thought it was 2-0.
Yeah.
But no, okay.
Anyway, I felt bad for them because they played their heart out. But anyway, I digress from Ipswich Town, which is what I'm saying is that I just don't want to see them like go up against City and then like crumble in the last 3 minutes or something like that.
100%.
I hope Ipswich goes into their locker rooms, the away locker rooms, and like takes out the heaters and shit and just gives them little space heaters and like clogs the toilets, like, and go, welcome, you fucking, you just signed a guy to $10 billion contract over 40 years. Fuck off. We're Ipswich Town. Welcome. I hope you found a place to park that big ass bus in this tiny little town. Welcome.
They're gonna go in. They're gonna take out the heaters. They're gonna take out the toilets. They're gonna turn off the hot water.
It's like sorry, we usually have Gatorade for you. We drink Kool-Aid. You get red Kool-Aid, and that's it.
Holland's gonna be all red lipped.
Yeah,
he's gonna have the red upper lip.
Something tells me they're not
He
going to get
would,
the punishment that everyone's hoping for or expecting.
Holland absolutely looks like the kid that would show up to school every day with the red fucking thing, and you're like, every
100%.
day, every fucking day. You don't know how to drink Kool-Aid. Like we need to draw Kool-Aid Holland.
He would have the red lip. And I don't think you could pick anyone else on Man City that might have that. It's like for a second you would think that it would be Phil Foden, but no, he doesn't drink Kool-Aid.
Man, what's up with real quick, not to change that. What's up with Foden? Why did he fall off so much this year?
He didn't fall off. He's at the exact level he's always been.
He hasn't. He was an attacker scoring in like a month. No, I disagree. Last year, his performance was 20 times better than what he's got this year. So what's the difference?
He doesn't start.
Let me ask you honestly.
Before Holland,
Larry,
he started.
No, he's not. He's
Mark,
not sure.
No,
what?
Mark,
thought you left in protest.
Mark, he has played a lot this year. I thought he didn't, and I looked into it, and he's actually played a lot.
And he's not performed like compared to last year.
But let me ask all of you guys this. If it was Phil Foden who made the move to Chelsea instead of Cole Palmer at the same exact time, do you think Phil Foden would have had the impact that Cole Palmer has had?
No.
It depends. It depends on if Chelsea make him the penalty taker.
I say no.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's a different type of. I think it's a different type of mentality.
I think
Palmer was a bench player at City.
Yeah, but
and
it doesn't
Foden
mean that
Wonder Boy. Like,
but I totally got you, Lolo. But it depends. Sometimes they think that who who did they decide to have that? Doesn't mean Palmer was less or not. They made the decision on Foden. Foden was outstanding last year. Great last year. I'm telling you, he's fallen off this year. I don't know what it is. Maybe the chemistry or whatever. And Palmer, look at him. He's being outstanding. So I can't explain the difference right now. But Foden, when it comes to Man City and their downfall, Foden has not performed. Now, is it chemistry, team? I don't know.
It also could be, like I said, the mentality, but it also could be because, you know, Palmer wasn't getting what he wanted, so he had to fight for what he needed. Whereas, like, Foden, it seemed like he got everything handed to him, and he got a different. He had an easier process to get to where he was, right? Cole Palmer in City would have been like making it so easy for them right now, based on what we've seen so far, right? So for me, I feel like they let one slip, but it wasn't as if they had just won 4 in a row, right? Maybe they would be on their 5th if they think about it. If they had Palmer right now, because right now they needed somebody to stand up and take the lead. Palmer, he's doing that for Chelsea when they need it, but then he also would be working with, he working with Haaland, Foden whenever he is around, Grealish. I mean, just think of all the players they've got.
I think it might be a little more a lot.
Mark,
go ahead,
real quick. I'm sorry, buddy. One thing, and it's spot on there. But so your definition, do you think right now, if you put Palmer into the Man City mix, the chemistry there, they have enough to make it instead of what Palmer's doing now with Jackson on the left and different things, and the chemistry that Chelsea's got. So I guess the question would be is, does Palmer have more around him at Chelsea that makes him successful now than if you put him in the same position?
Are you saying no, because just to think about what you're saying. You're saying that if you had Haaland and you were passing the ball to Haaland as Palmer would be, that it wouldn't be a positive and easier thing and easier.
Now you're speculating on one position.
Palmer would use Haaland as the ultimate decoy.
I got
every time. Haaland would go this way, so would the defenders, and Palmer would shoot.
And I'm just basically going to dovetail.
He did it against us, Gary.
I'm going to dovetail on what Larry was saying because he's pretty much saying exactly what I wanted to say was that, the facilitators around Chelsea, around Cole Palmer, healthy, getting him the ball, and can kind of congeal with what Palmer does on the pitch. In contrast, I mean, who's the facilitators for City? I mean, they're injured. Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne is just now starting to come back.
Playing.
And
Kovacic.
but this is this has been a team that has just been kind of the kind of support that Foden is used to having just isn't there right now. So I wouldn't necessarily say that his game has fallen off. It's just that the opportunities that he is given aren't there. So how can you take advantage of an opportunity if the opportunity is not there? And Cole Palmer's season has been filled with opportunities. We're not watching Cole Palmer take a ball from 50 yards out and run between like Mo Salah style. We're not seeing that. We're seeing him being fed, and we're seeing him eat.
And he's a set piecer.
If Foden was fed, he would eat. And right now he's not being fed.
I think Palmer, but it's very similar.
I can't agree with that, Mark. I can't.
Oh Lord.
No. To put Foden's poor season on the fact that he's not being held. Look who he has around him. He still has fucking Man City all around him.
Sure.
Not only that, but
Rodri.
No, but not only that, but what happened? But what happened last season? Was KDB there the entire time? No. Rodri was out for a bit, right? It wasn't as if he was player of the year for a reason. They were missing 2 of their important pieces, and he was the man that stood up and did it. This season, for a little bit, he had Rodri back, but he was the guy that stood up and actually did it with the same team, right? So for you to say that, for me, I'm like, no, this is no different than what he had last season. This is now the only question is, can you do it? And you're the leader from day one, not you were put in that situation because of some injuries and players being missing. So for me,
Gary,
it was finally here's your time. Here's your time to shine. Here's your time to take, to control
we'll
things.
Get back to that.
And
we'll
I don't think he didn't take advantage of it, or he can't.
And exactly, Gary. Let's take it back to last season. Everything was going right for Man City, and so Foden was doing incredibly well.
And he was
everything was going. Everything was going fucking horribly for Chelsea.
Yeah.
And Palmer was the one week in, week out, just being consistent. Just being consistent.
Yeah.
All the rest of them are hothead young fuckheads. And shit was going crazy. And he was the one that was just consistently performing and pulling them out of the garbage. Chelsea could have been in a relegation battle. They were that bad last season. Cole Palmer saved their season. I don't think Foden does that. That's my thing. I just don't think Foden has the mentality to do that. He has the skill. I just don't think he has the mentality.
Who's got the zebra in the background?
That's right. I gotta go. Just I'll be right back.
Don't come at that.
I got an old dog. He's whining for what reason? I'm not sure. I'll be back.
Probably my voice. All right. Anyway, that was a fun sidetrack conversation.
That was
Very
actually
fun.
a good conversation. That was good.
Actually, we should probably do an entire video debate about that question.
I think it was great
because it's a very interesting thought. Exercise. So, Mr. Tom, we have one more, I believe, right?
Two more.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'll be right back. My wife's calling. Don't miss the minute. Oh, good. All
right. Say hi. Say hi from us.
I will.
Tell her happy birthday to her husband.
And the sad part about it, she already knows about you, mugs.
She's been watching us.
She mails me a check every week.
with photocopies of your notes. That's how John is winning fantasy. All right, let's go, Mr. Tom.
Okay. My theory on this game is that quite obviously Wolves are going to beat Chelsea.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I know Lolo likes the old romantic story of football that I tell on a weekly basis, but on this one, basically, Kuna's going to score first, because if he doesn't, who the fuck is going to score first for them? And I don't think that's unfair of me to say, Mark, because he's your man, right? In your club.
He most certainly is.
The man. And then, obviously, Nicholas Jackson's going to score, because of course he is, because then I'm going to react to it. I'm going to be like, hee. Come on, motherfucker. Because Jackson, isn't it? Anyway, just don't ask Nicholas Jackson if he's ever been to Neverland. But anyway, sorry, wait, that's not PG. Anyway, and then I don't give a fuck who scores the winner for Wolves, but it probably again will be Kuna. He's not out. He's not out. I'm going to make him play. They need the points so badly. They need the points so badly. They will literally wheel him out onto the pitch on a gurney if they have to. You're fine, bitch. You can absolutely call a draw, but you'll be.
I would. Yeah, I appreciate the confidence in my squad, but
I thought you'd be furious.
I'm not furious at all.
That's unfortunate.
I'm trying to find a pen that works.
Because under my theory, the one thing you do not want to be selected as is the winner on a Friday night, Mr. Tom betting in the dark pick. Because it probably means you're not going to win.
Right.
I do have serious confidence in your team, though. I do have serious.
I do too, and you'll definitely hear my my 2 cents worth when the time comes.
Yeah, this is a perfect game, that type of game that Chelsea will lose. Except for the whole Cunha scoring first, I do feel more of a Chelsea scoring first and then dropping it. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
That won't pay as much money though, because the players that are. But put it this way, on the list, and this is partly the reason Cunha is selected first. There's about 10 Chelsea players that are all like odd, like even, not even mate, but like some are 2-1 going. Basically, Cunha was 11-1. So there was
That's
multiple Chelsea. You had to actually. What's the equivalent? You have to actually look at the second page to be able to see the Wolves players. And he's obviously the one most likely. And that's not to insult Wolves. That's the fact of the matter.
It is a fact.
I had to scroll down to the point. I had to scroll down to the point where, you know, like you pick the Chelsea player at the top and then you scroll it down. That player is gone from the screen before you see Cunha.
That's insane.
I was thrilled for that because that meant
I like
it's
it.
going to pay you that bigger.
I'll place this bet for sure.
You totally should. Gary, you know, should place this bet because I hope he doesn't mind me saying, but he is allegedly a gambling man. And Gary, the king of Earth,
Yes, sir.
should totally place this bet because I respect Gary and his $1.27 or whatever it is.
It's 77 cents. So
77 cents. That's still going to pay for your Chinese tomorrow night.
it's 77 cents in it, and the odds at least that I got are like 400. So it's a lot of change for that to happen. I mean, as we know, it's going to be tough for Wolves to do that at the what's the place called? The Bridge.
I mean, in all seriousness, and you'll expect me to say something really stupid, but this game's Monday night, I believe. So basically, from this moment right now, you all as human beings have, 2 to 3 days to basically manufacture different reasons for Chelsea to have an injury crisis.
Yep. Well, they're saying that all these people are out of it.
Lawrence looks like a man that makes rice in his spare time.
He makes what in his spare time?
Ricin.
Yeah, Gary. I'm well aware of the different methods of things that can be sent through the post. I don't know how to make them, of course, because that's different legality. But in all seriousness, I'm genuinely sure that Wolverhampton Wanderers can spring a surprise on Monday night.
That's the one thing this league has shown us, that you can get surprises any weekend. Any weekend you can get surprises.
Any given Monday.
Yep.
That doesn't work as a saying. But,
well, it isn't.
There is no betting on that, Anders, because I basically, I mean, everyone knew that Leeds versus Millwall would be put 12:15 in the afternoon, lunchtime, basically, before the pubs open. Not before the pubs open, but before they're open long enough for people. They're not open long enough for people to get drunk and then do very silly things. But plus, good luck to the Millwall fans that have to make their way up to Ellen Road for 12:15 in the afternoon.
All right, what's the grand meatball? There we go.
The Magic 3. Here we go.
Serious money for the Magic 3. If this hits again, it's not even contemplated to me that it would hit, so I hadn't even thought of what to say. But yeah, seriously, if it hits, would be.
Well, you've got Arsenal, City, and Chelsea all to lose. Yeah. That's still a lot of money. Nearly $500 there.
If this hits, it will turn me from the $17 man into a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, but I hope you don't make that. You don't make any money this weekend. That just I don't know why I'm thinking that. Just something just came out of my mouth. Sorry.
You don't want Manchester City to lose at Ipswich.
I don't want you to win all 3 of your bets.
I mean, I totally get why, but it's still funny to me.
You can win 2 if you want. You won't get any money. So
That's actually true, but still, I'm just very excited that I'll get the opportunity to come out here on a Friday night and spew my bullshit.
Well, that was perfect. Very good. And $500 for that last bet. If that can hit, I will hate you all.
It's 574.
574. Whoa, it says it right there. There you go.
It's funny you say that, Spencer. I went to the buffet tonight and it was delicious. I even left them a review on Google for the first time in 12 years.
There you go.
It was so good.
Burnt leather. No, I'm not going to get burnt leather at any restaurant.
He's saying that you should tell me to get burnt leather.
Oh yes, yeah. You like your steak leatherly.
All right, guys. Well, let's go with a quick a rundown of match predictions for this weekend, because we got a match starting at 7:30 in the morning, our time. I believe that is Newcastle Bournemouth. Newcastle are hot right now, guys. Super hot.
They're so hot I won't be watching it.
I probably will.
I also will be watching.
What do we think?
In all seriousness,
I go 2-1 Newcastle. 2-1 Newcastle.
I think it's going to be, in all seriousness, a very comfortable win for Newcastle. Not really a reflection on Bournemouth, but more just the fact that Newcastle are the hot hand at the moment, aren't they?
They are very hot. You got there, Tom.
I'm going to be a little bleary-eyed when I watch this match at 7:30 in the morning, as Lolo pointed out.
Yeah.
Newcastle, fantastic form. Isak looking to score his 9th goal in 9 games.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be Newcastle 3, Bournemouth nothing, and Isak scoring in the first 10 minutes.
Nice, Mark. That's a big shout.
That's my shout.
Gotcha, buddy.
I want chaos. Isak gets shut out, stops at 8, and Bournemouth steals the thunder.
The jealousy from the Arsenal fans.
The hate is real.
On the road too, Gary. That's something different there, buddy.
Yes.
All because of the Carabao Cup semi-final.
Has nothing to do with the Carabao Cup. I don't like everybody except for the Arsenal. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're an angry man, Gary. But continue, guys. Continue.
No, I'm calling this one 1-1.
1-1, like your dating game. Okay, got it. Continue, guys.
1-1.
Does Gary like?
That's all I gotta say. All right, Brentford, Liverpool.
Who's first?
I mean, everybody knows that clearly.
So.
Brentford is going to win that.
Yeah, I got the upset pick this weekend. Brentford, at home. Liverpool, a little.
Fucking A! Stop taking my pick, dude. I had 1-3 Liverpool.
Why is he?
Everyone does.
Talking about angry.
Because
everyone does.
I have a chance to talk about it.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It's outrageous conduct, Lawrence.
I know that was just wow. Are you okay?
No, not really.
Okay. I got 2-1 Brentford.
He's an angry drunk.
I don't see Brentford's not exactly in the form that they've been in the past, and what is it? Community Stadium? Was that their stadium? Community Stadium.
Yeah.
That place hasn't been a fortress since they entered the league.
Mark, they've lost one game. They've lost one game at home.
This
and
season.
It was the last time they played, which was to Arsenal.
this season.
Yes, this season.
They've
lost one game at home.
I guess I haven't watched enough of Brentford at home yet.
They are
but-
fantastic at home. They're terrible away.
Okay, well,
Lolo knows all.
I'm still going to continue on with my thought and saying that
Go ahead, Mark.
that Brentford is just not beating Liverpool, no matter where they play. Home, away, at Disneyland, in Lolo's backyard. We'll move the trampoline. Just no. Liverpool is not losing this match to Brentford. Don't see it. Don't see it happening.
Liverpool will win.
I agree that they won't lose. I think this is a Desmond all the way.
Oh, really?
Boma with 2.
That's going to be a little interesting sidebar, because if they are considering selling him, what if he
They're
got
not
left off?
considering selling him from what they said.
I've heard such conflicting reports.
Yeah.
Selling who?
Ownership said Mbomo.
Bomo.
Ownership says he's for sale, and Thomas Frank says absolutely not.
That's funny, Steph.
If we've learned anything about football, it's that when a football manager or a head coach says so-and-so ain't leaving, it actually doesn't mean shit. Because if the chairman says, actually, I'd quite like to get 50 million for the player, they're getting the 50 million for the footballer.
Gary, what was your bet on this game? 2-1, you said, Brentford?
2-1, yep.
Yeah, could happen. All right, Leicester Fulham. Ooh.
Fulham should win this one, but
People say it's the best league in the world, and Leicester versus Fulham is a part of it.
I'll start.
Ugh.
1-2 Fulham. 1-2 Fulham for me.
Led Zepp already said that. You're just copying people.
I know you just don't have you're not original or anything.
He's like,
Lolo,
like, let me show you my notes.
I told Lolo last week. Check where's it at?
What is all these numbers?
It's called the scores. I know it's hard for you to read. I know it's probably Gary. I know it's hard.
Well, it's actually quite easy to read. You write like a girl.
He wrote like 1 through 9 on every team. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mark, it's called cursive.
It's called
cursive. And that's for the educated.
When you get to a certain age, you got to make sure your memory's up. So he's getting.
I can read cursive, my friend. I can read it. I can write it, and I hear that there are some historical archive divisions and museums that are actually looking to hire people who can read cursive so they can decipher some of these old letters.
Because right now,
I think that's awesome.
Because right now, the youth or whatever don't know how to read and interpret it.
The Utes?
The Utes. They're like cursive. What's that? Can you tell me what that means?
There you go.
Well, not only can I write and read cursive, I've got pretty good handwriting. So,
all right, West Ham versus Crystal City.
Crystal City.
2-1 West Ham.
I'm so happy Lolo kept that going. That's beautiful.
2-1 West Ham.
I very rarely cared about a football match as little as I care about West Ham versus Crystal City. So, fuck it. Do you know what? Because
and why do I come back to this channel every goddamn week?
Because it's Lawrence's birthday, I'm gonna do this for you, Lawrence, because I love you so much. It's gonna be West Ham 3, Crystal City 4.
Oh, you scored 3 goals, Lawrence. You should be happy.
You got 3 goals. That's good.
He loves goals. He loves goals.
He ain't taking it.
Birthday goals, bro.
I'm going 2-0 Crystal Palace.
Gary's ass loved it.
I'm going 1-1. I'm gonna take a draw on this one.
Shocker.
I just don't know where the goals come from for West Ham, and
that's not a bad shot, though, Mark. I'm talking shit to you, but that's not a bad call.
I can kind of see a draw here.
It's not a bad call. What did Gary say? What did Gary say? Hey, Gary, I want to know what Gary said about the West Ham match.
Gary's
Besides-
sorting out the ghost in his ass. But
Yeah, the kid-
I actually
he's
genuinely
training
think
his child. What the hell's going on?
West Ham will win tomorrow, in all seriousness. Because any points Palace get are from home games.
Right.
Simple as that.
Well, we're up. I think 2 points on Crystal Palace, so we need to at least get a draw to stay above them. So, but we're at home playing better. But like what Mark said, a draw is not out of the ordinary. So I would take that too. But I want to win.
Yep. All right, let's go. Arsenal, Aston Villa. What are we
2-2.
thinking, Larry? 2-2, probably.
2-2. Yep. 2-2, I think.
I'm going to go a draw as well. I don't think it's going to be that high scoring. I think it's going to be 1-1. Same as I've called before.
I see 2-1 Arsenal. I think it's going to be just as fucking tricky as Tottenham was, and it's going to be a very similar result.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think Unai needs this more.
Yeah.
Why does he need it more?
Why does he need it more? Because he wants to keep pace with the top four, which Arsenal is already in.
Well, we need to keep pace with Liverpool.
I'm just saying,
everybody's got their levels to this thing.
Look, yes, and there are levels.
We
I'm
definitely need
actually,
to win.
Gary, if you didn't know, I'm taking out all the furniture in my apartment.
What does that have to do with Arsenal not getting the win?
It's just going to be levels everywhere, Gary.
He went
Levels.
Seinfeld on you.
I don't even know what that means. That's
Seinfeld reference.
You're sitting too close to Mr. Tom. You separate.
No.
Rubbing off whatever it is that Mr. Tom's got.
But
Just,
I will
just
say
rubbed
this:
off on
that
it.
if there's if as a neutral, and I'm a neutral here, I think Villa needs this more than Arsenal does.
They're okay with
You
where
know,
they are.
yes, Arsenal has aspirations to get into, into winning the league. Villa just has aspirations to get into the top four, and I personally believe that if there's rather than who needs it more, I'll change that to say who's more desperate for the win, and I would say Villa is more desperate.
And if I can pop in there real
desperate for
quick,
the win. What are you talking about?
But you know what? But Mark makes a point though. But the thing was,
It's not a
Mark
point.
did-
It's not a good point.
No.
Not in my eyes.
No, it's not, Gary. Why I say that is because Villa's needed to turn around for a couple months now, and they haven't done it. Every time it's like, man, they're struggling. Can they do that? They continually just to slip along, and can they do it now? Because they're in the same predicament they've been in for the last 2 to 3 months, where they're underperforming. So hopefully they spark it. They haven't had a spark yet, really. I haven't seen a spark
They
yet.
can spark next weekend,
And-
all right?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. But Watkins is not Watkins has not done the job this year at all. He's not performed.
But they've won their last 3 matches. What are you guys fucking talking about?
What's the stats from the match, the last 3? How many goals have they scored? It's been close to who they played. I guess you have to look more into the.
They scored two in their last match. Watkins and
who'd they play?
Watkins and Bailey, I believe, scored their last match. But they've won in midweek as well with playing
Now
like
you're
Carabao
talking.
Cup or
Now you're
something.
talking. Yeah, I don't.
But
like
it doesn't matter.
mixing,
You can't say that they're in poor form when they've won 3 in a row.
Let me.
I understand that they're not
understand what
hitting
you're
the
coming
heights.
from. Yeah, I
They're
got
not
you.
hitting the
Okay.
heights
Yeah.
that you're expecting, but they're not in poor form. And Watkins was blanking like crazy, and in the past couple of weeks, he's got a goal, an assist. Here you go.
Got
So
you.
I wouldn't say
Yeah,
he's in great
okay.
form, but he's not
Well,
in
I
as
got you.
bad a form
He's-
as he was before.
He's not lived up to the potential that he's been in the past. How's that? Is that a good?
Yeah.
They can work on that next week.
He can be average. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can be average.
Had he come to Arsenal, he would be a Premier League legend already with 2 fucking Premier Leagues under his belt. but he decided to stay at fucking Crappin Villa.
There you go.
And there you go. He's going to get
2-1
replaced by
3-0
Yonder
to the Arsenal. There we go. We move on.
2-0 to the Arsenal. To the Arsenal. 1-0. Let's go Everton Spurs. Oh, Spurs.
Definitely want to see chaos. Everton at home. Come on. Do it. Yeah,
David Moyes. That's Everton. Yeah, man. Do it.
There you go.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm loving the chat for Larry.
Spurs are in a real rough spot. They're pretty banged up, and I'm not really sure that many of the those that are playing are responding very well to Ange. But Everton at home with my man Sean Dyche no longer there.
Moisey boy.
I'm not really sure that no, I'll say it. There'll be a little manager bounce. The Backstreet Moyes are gonna come through, and I'm gonna go 2-1 Everton.
What an historic game this is. It's the Tottenham of the North versus the Everton of the South.
Yes. Chaos.
Well,
I need to see chaos. Everton run away with it.
Everton cannot score a goal to save their lives. But let me finish, Lolo. But the thing is, they can't. They're very good on defense, so they do that. And Moyes comes into there. What you're going to get there is a low block. He'll do a low block and defend and try to counter, which Everton doesn't have enough to attack. So I'm giving them a generous goal, but they're going to lose. What do I have here? I say they're going to lose 1-2. Everton's not going to turn it around right now because but the thing is, they are very good as a defensive club. If you look at their scores, they don't give up a lot of goals, but they don't score enough. They'll lose a 1-0 one, and give up and get a couple of goals, but they're down there because they can't score, but they defend properly. Pickford is a good goalie. I like him a lot. I rate him hard.
Gary, your dog sounds like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's an old guy, and you know what? The boss is not home, and he's whining because there's nobody coming through the door.
So when the cat's away, the dog will play?
He's too old to be playing.
Oof.
Man just likes to sleep.
All right, let's go to Man United, Brighton. Man United, who are that's about right.
That was taken outside of Wade's.
It looks like Wade's.
Yeah, it was taken outside of Wade's.
No way.
Because the bulkhead.
I see it. I see it.
And then the paint job.
I remember that black cable.
And that black cable.
Yeah.
Was the cable that allowed them to bring
inside
the TV outside.
Yeah.
That is actually shot just down the street from me. And I think the original meme was when you think you're special, but you're still just trash.
Oh, insane. That's
Yep.
lovely.
Hate. So
all right, Man United, Brighton. I think Brighton wins this 2-0.
I'm gonna go. I think Man United at home, and in the way they won at Southampton. And I know it's Southampton, but you still came up with goals in a hot second. I think I'm pretty sure that Man United takes care of Brighton. It will be close, and Man United might have to have a little late stoppage time magic, but United's going to win this one. Mr. Tom, I know you don't care, but what do you got?
And it's not so much that I don't care. It's just basically like, no, actually, that's exactly it. I don't care. But Brighton have won there maybe 2, maybe 3 times in a row. I could be wrong here, but I believe Brighton have done them 3-0 at Old Trafford a couple of times recently.
They have.
Yeah.
So, off the top of my head, I think maybe another one is one too many, despite the fact that obviously Man United can obviously go fuck themselves. But still, the fact of the matter is, beating them 3-0 3 times in a row, I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it if it happened, but I think probably going to get a draw out of it.
Yeah, Welbeck is back.
Bravo Zulu.
Welbeck has been out for a bit with injury, so he's back. That's going to help them. João Pedro versus Fernandes, or whatever you want to call him for the the donkey of the game. One of them will probably get a card or two, just because that's what they do. And so I think Welbeck coming back will give them a little bit of a bump as well. So that's why I got Brighton with it. Stealing the shine off of Man United's run of games that they've had. A 2-1 win for Brighton.
Real quick recap. I go with Tom. 1-1 draw. Easy game. I think it's, Man U is no, they're not the same Man U yet. So 1-1 draw.
A good shout about Welbeck. He loves scoring against Arsenal and Man United.
And he's a quality guy too, Gary. He is Welbeck. I had him on my fantasy team. When he comes in healthy, he's productive.
Yep. So he's probably itching to score. It's probably a good game, and making the Old Trafford a little quiet would be nice.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
All right, so moving on, we got Nottingham Forest and Southampton. I think that Man United broke Southampton's back, and I don't expect them to just compete in anything. Forest, on the other hand, a couple of goals on the counter and lockdown defense. Matt Sells is playing some of the best football as a goalie, as far as I'm concerned.
My fantasy guy all year long.
This is going to be the Forest keeping the clean sheet and scoring 2-0 Nottingham Forest. Anyone want to jump in there?
Yeah, I'll make it quick. 3-0 Forest. This team is real. Sal's been my fantasy goalkeeper all year, shutting them down. 3-0.
As much as I would like to see Forest drop, I can't see it in this one. Southampton is not that good. So, yeah, Forest will get the win here. Southampton will stay where they are. I think the way that game ended the last time, they're going to probably bring some of that into the next one, and Forest is be all too happy at home to finish them off early.
Yep. I agree. Forest with the win.
It's just going to be absolute carnage.
Yeah. Ipswich, Man City.
I tell lie, it's going to be very simple. Southampton are going to defend for their lives against a team that they shouldn't be defending for their lives against, because Nottingham Forest shouldn't be third in a million years. But still, the fact of the matter is they are. Sorry, not there is. I'm not that gangster. It's Forest to go win it comfortably, like 1 or 2-0.
Yeah. Agree. Ipswich, Man City. I'm sorry. I believe Man City will continue on their winning ways, and I think it'll be 2-1. I do think Ipswich will score.
So I turn to press.
Well, Man City's got what? They have 3 players that I don't know. Have they actually signed, or it seems like they may be signing very soon.
Yeah,
they'll probably be at the game watching it, probably, because I think Mamouche left the stadium. I guess so he's probably on his way to probably be on his way to hopefully get to watch that game on Sunday. So I think City will get a little rejuvenated there, and the 700K man might show up. You know, it'd be good to see how DeLapp and Harlan do. You know, against not necessarily against each other, but on the pitch, because Ipswich can surprise you. But I think it might be a little too much.
Yeah.
I think Ipswich get a goal and then Man City close it down and
2-1.
Yeah,
Man City.
2-1. Yep. All right, Chelsea Wolves on Monday.
We'll just quickly back up because I think City's going to do a hell of a lot better against Ipswich. I don't necessarily see an Ipswich goal, and if there is, sure, why not? Delap is in excellent form.
I'm trying to get into West Ham,
and City doesn't necessarily keep the clean sheet, but I think there's a lot of celebrating going on that City bench, and I think it's 4-1.
Woo! Wow,
that's what Anthony says.
Man,
all right, Mark, what do you think about your Wolves against Chelsea?
Oh, that shit's going down.
Look, Chelsea's not exactly in the best forms right now. While they have not lost in quite a while, they have not won in quite a while.
True.
And I do believe Chelsea. You know what? Hey, why not? Sure.
That was funny.
Sure, man.
Sorry,
sure.
Dude, that was funny.
Sure, man. But Chelsea spanked us at when we were at home, and I don't expect anything different. Despite the fact that Chelsea is not in the best of form, I do see like 4-2 Chelsea.
Wow, that's all.
Sorry, I just can't.
All respect, buddy. I know.
I'm going to say 2-0 Chelsea.
I went 2-1.
I don't think it's as comfortable for them as they want it to be, but I think Wolves just missed their chances. It's either that or
who's getting killed back there?
3-1 Wolves is the other one.
Jesus
where
Christ, Gary, mute the shit. For the love of God. I feel like you're choking your kid or something.
I think it's Momaster in the back of Tom's dungeon.
No, it's Gary. It's Gary doing some shit to his cat.
Well, it's not a cat, but he's the size of a cat.
Well, whatever.
But like I said, he's I guess he's mad because the boss isn't home. So
okay, I know. I'm just joking, of course.
I was just gonna say quickly before he starts up again. Chelsea will give Wolves chances, and if Kuna's having a good day, it could be a big surprise, right? It's the last day.
Yeah.
It's the last game of the weekend, right? As Mr. Tom will tell you, the 3 p.m. match is an interesting one. It's usually high scoring sometimes.
Yeah.
So it could, and Chelsea, like I said, their defense not that good, right?
Sure, yeah.
Not that good at all. And Kuna is a man that could do a job if he needs to. So I do think
that sounds like Paul Bearer.
Sorry about that. 2-2 game. Yes, I got to go. I'm going to mute myself.
No,
because of this dog.
Anyways, guys, it's been a lot of fun. I have to run, unfortunately, but we will be backstage for a little bit, hanging out. If you guys want to join us, there's the link in the chat. You can join us. But guys, it's been a lot of fun talking. Gary, Tom, I think we will see you guys on your channels. I think we have graphics for that somewhere.
Yep, check us out tomorrow, match day, our little match day show. Me, Mr. Tom, whoever whoever shows up for in Sam's place and Spencer, and we'll be watching the games and just talking about what Mr. Tom loves, nonsense. And then check us out on Monday for the Arsenal talk. All right, everyone, thank you.
Fantastic. And Mr. Tom, we will see you on your match review with Ben and Mr. Tom for We All Love Leeds.
That's a thing that will happen on Sunday night at 9 p.m.
All right, fantastic. And also,
it'll be really good depending on the result of the game. But also, it needs to be said as well, John, we need to update this because I had it made even gayer.
So
how
you're
did you get your legs to do that? Where are
Mr.
your
Tom,
legs anyway?
Are you saying that your logo is transitioning?
My logo is transitioning
It has
from
anything to do with the
mildly
election on
gay
January
to
20.
oh my god, is Harvey Firestein making this logo? So we'll find out. We'll find out. But I promise, I will ramp up the gayness for next week. Well, I've already done it,
I'm
so
sure
I can
you
guarantee
have.
that.
Oh, Lord.
Well, fantastic.
No, there's anything wrong with
We look forward to you surpassing our subscriber numbers very soon because they will be subscribing for a much different channel than you're prepared to give them. But I'm sure you will deliver.
I'll take the pink. I'll take the pink pound. I don't care. I can't afford to be fussy.
All right, guys. I hope all your teams lose except for Arsenal and
West Ham.
Nah, Wolves. I want you to win.
Come on,
West
Come
Ham.
on, Birds.
I don't think I care.
Should
But
care.
good luck. Good luck. And Leeds United, you should be winning. Let's go.
Really
much
should.
love to you guys. Thank you, Director John. Thank you, everybody. Peace out, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.